Hey, what's up, guys? It's MC Hawken here. Today, we're continuing with our gameplay of I Wani Hug That Gator. I've been liking it so far. Let's get back into it. Make sure you like and subscribe first. And if you want to join the Discord server, it's right in the description below. I made a Discord server. Yeah, let's get into it. Perfect. So, last time, let me move it back. Last time we were here, we had just received a letter, or like a note, from someone else in the classroom, and there happened to be a little bit of drawing area. So we're gonna draw a little painting for our girl, Olivia. Ah, I see. All right, so obviously we want to draw a little wheel. Here's a little spoke. Yep. And then a chair. And I'm holding the chair. This is me holding the chair. Add shades because it's me, so people know. Bald header. Here's the actual seat now. And rest upon. All right, now this is where we draw the furry. Shoot. Okay, hold on. Head, snout, body, leg. Beautiful. I think, honestly, that's a shirt. I should make shirts. Yeah, we're done. And done. I didn't have a lot of room to really work with, but What? Superficially? Admire my... Oh, superficially. No, that doesn't seem right. Whatever. Admire my work. I find... They have a long way to go. It feels like I'm being mogged by the other doodles. All right, Olivia's sure to like this. Miss Procklin is still turned around. All right. If I slip the paper over Olivia's shoulder, I won't have to get up and risk getting caught. And here we go. It's a bit tricky and I hesitate. The paper meets its destination. She didn't even look back, just takes the paper eagerly. It's completely different from how she was acting earlier. Her tail is even swaying side to side. Is that wagging? Huh. All right, now she's going to see my sketch and possibly think I'm cool. She's not turning around. Well, it's not much, so it could also just... I'll be taking that. Miss Procklin snatches the paper from Olivia's claws. She holds her arms out. She takes a glance at the paper, and a small crack of a smile appears on her face before going back to the stoic visage. So, this is how you're viewing me, Miss Halford. Procklin holds the paper for us all to see. Everyone in the class does their best to avoid her persecuting gaze. I know that most of you were a part of this as well. Look, I'm not asking for much. Please do your assignments when you're in class. It's the least you can do. We were just passing a note one at a time. She wasn't even paying attention. Yeah. How come all of us are in trouble? I noticed Procklin look down at Olivia for a moment before letting out a sigh of defeat. Look, since it's only the second day, I'll let this one slide. But I'm warning you now that I won't be so lenient the next time it happens. Otherwise, you'll end up like the last students who decided to be disruptive during class. What happened to him? Got a detention slip or something? Oh. Miss Procklin pulls up the window blinds. Miss Procklin pulls up the window blinds and pushes this window screen open. She then takes out a walkie-talkie. Sully? Yeah, another hippie. Seat H4. Good job, soldier. I gotta see that again. Seat H4. Now, if we can, let's continue. We're on the second floor. I sink back into my seat and continue writing, mainly out of the unadulterated fear of experiencing the same wrath from the teacher. Man, now I feel guilty for Olivia. I was the one who passed her the note after all. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Well, I can always apologize after class. Miss Procklin places the note and continues her lecture for another half hour. With 10 minutes of the class left, I see Procklin look at the clock above the door. I then notice Olivia grabbing her attention, and as if she knew what she was already going to say to her, the teacher nods her head. Olivia grabs her backpack and shoves all of her things into it. In silence, she wheels herself out the door, opens it, and rolls on out. The teacher must have noticed me watching her leave. Accommodations. Well, there goes my chances of saying sorry to her. Feeling defeated, I decide to focus on writing down my notes for the rest of the time left. Although I do wonder. She must have noticed my doodle. Did she just ignore it then? Class comes and goes, and I head back home on the metro. Same peeps. Another day, another $1. Though this time, I pass on the mini breakfast burritos. After how bad they messed me up during PE yesterday, I don't want my stomach to endure that torture again. Instead, I just got a few hash browns from the fast food joint by the metro. McDonald, probably.
Celebrate DreamWorks Shrek Forever After at McDonald's. Don't eat me, Shrek. Please don't eat me.
I idly scroll through my feed, as I usually do, while the metro jostles about to my destination. It's been a few days now, and the strange scent of extremely cheap deodorant and alcohol have become an afterthought. Some of the vines are actually plastic, and their flowers are little air fresheners. Oh, look at that. That's cool. That's not actually something I noticed. More so witnessed when a passenger tried to eat one. And some vines are real though. For some reason, they go untouched anyway. Maybe they're just not tasty. Vegetarians don't eat the grass in their lawns after all, right? Huh. Look who's back. Anyways, the lights have gone out and someone just dropped a wrecking ball next to me. Must be Mr. Ferris. What's up?
Good morning, Inco.
Oh, good morning. Has work been going fine?
It has. Slowly. But I'm very thorough. I hate the idea of a place of learning not being an ideal place to learn. And I appreciate our talks. Your perspective has really helped me understand the student body more.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, have you given any more thought about that fashion thing?
Oh, I have. Although I can't say I really get it.
Oh, there's plenty to see. There's plenty to see everywhere, if you just look around.
Really? Like what?
Well, like, look at that girl on the other end of the car. There.
It's rather revealing. I don't think that's really for me. I love my wife.
I just mean as an example.
Well, there's an event coming up. Could see about trying something new. What would you recommend?
That's a good question. What would be good to use here? In my inner eye, I conceptualize the coolest possible Ferris. The fresh machine is going full throttle. First, sunglasses. Boom. His eyes might be a little too far apart for that. However, beanie. Moving on. Big guns, fresh jacket. There we go. The coolest possible Ferris.
Mr. Nito?
Oh, sorry, just thinking. Why don't you start with... I don't want him to jump right into fashion, you know. A little beanie with a suit, though. That's kind of dope.
Really? Really now? Those all sound rather expensive.
Yeah, they are. You know what? Try a golden chain necklace.
What?
Yeah. Just make sure it's approximately sized so... appropriately. Yeah. Just make sure it's appropriately sized so it doesn't look silly. I'm sure it would go a long way. And they're pretty cheap to get.
Well, alright. I'll take your word for it. We sure talk about fashion a lot, though. Is that really all everything is about these days?
Oh, of course not. What do you want to know?
What's Lolu mean? I heard the term thrown around recently.
That was like 5 years ago.
Oh.
Mr. Ferris and I talk more about contemporary urban slang until we arrive at our stop. Hey, back in Mr. Iadikin's class. Art. Mr. Iadikin had just started talking about our first project of the class. As soon as he said that word, Olivia's hand had shot up. Her gray eyes sparkled in excitement, and a smile threatened to crush the perpetual frown etched on her snout. The girl vibrates in her seat as she waves her arm in the air, trying to get the teacher's attention. Iadikin's own smile was strained as he and Olivia engage in a staring contest with one another. I could only marvel as the two argue with each other without a single word. Eventually, Iadikin won by turning off the lights and turning on a cheap projector hanging on the ceiling, and playing a safety video about paint that felt far too graphic for a school setting. I don't think I'll be able to eat barbecue for a while.
Really? You just show up a year later, looking all irresistible.
Thoroughly defeated, Olivia crosses her arms and pouts in her seat. And that is why we won't be using any more exotic materials for any projects, Miss Halford. Ugh. Maybe I should have just skipped breakfast entirely. I still don't see the problem. Once you've all had your proper safety handling course, the second semester, you'll be able to use oil-based paints. Until that time, however, all assignments will require safer supplies. Now, since we've pivoted to this, might as well finish the full video. The grumpy gator holds a hand to her throat, mumbling to herself as she grabs a metal flask and drinks from it. The entire display from her was mystifying, at odds with how Ben and Liz described Olivia. In fact, it kind of reminds me of me. I can understand why, after all. Iadikin is letting Ben and I use some of his equipment in photography. That thrill of experimentation, of new possibilities, no doubt that brings a creative sparkle to her eyes. Swig break. Eyes that fill with pure malice as they glare daggers my way. Oh, what was I saying? Oops. Before I could offer an apology, she already had her hands on the wheels. She rolls up to Attican's guest. He leans forward intentionally. I can't make out anything that's said through the video, but going by the occasional glare back, it's not hard to imagine. Crap. I really didn't mean to offend. Attica noticed me watching and motions me to come forward. Slowly, I shift out of my seat and approach the desk. All right. Is something going on here? Attica speaks in a hushed tone, just loud enough for me to hear over the makeshift matinee. Olivia's telling me you're making goofy faces at her? No! I said he's been staring at me all through class. Huh. It's weird. Like he's never seen someone like me. Can't you move him to a different seat? Now hold on a sec here, Olivia. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm sure that this is just a misunderstanding. Mr. Iadican. It's like she's a different person here. She fishes out the canteen of water and brings it to her mouth. You're given a lot of leeway when it comes to the seat assignment, but asking for something like this... I just want him to leave me alone. She sips again. What's that about? Well then, Inco, you tell us. What's on your mind? We can't have disagreements between classmates this early in the year. I'm confused. I didn't know there was any disagreements between us. Well, sometimes it's the little things you do that you don't even think about that affect people the most. Anything that comes to mind? I shake my head. Olivia glare doesn't diminish away from my field of view. I mean, I've been a bit curious about her since we sat next to each other, and I'm friends with some of her friends. We all sit together at lunch yesterday. Attica nods to himself thoughtfully. Sounds like he just wants to hang out, Olivia. Her face crunches at the mere thought. I'm not really interested. He's distracted me from classwork. I want to watch the video without being gawed at. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Does that resolve the issue for you, Olivia? No, I don't want somebody in this class. She takes another sip, but ends up turning the canteen upside down. All out. Olivia, you can go fill that up if you want. You won't be missing anything. The video's nothing you don't already know, I'm sure. Olivia eyes me suspiciously and slowly moves out the door towards the nearest water fountain. I had to concise. All right. He leans back in his chair with his arms resting behind his head. Inco, I told you yesterday, if the air needs clearing, do it yourself. Now she's in a mood because you were staring at her like a weirdo. And here I thought you two would get along. She even gave you that sketch she made of you. Truthfully, I'm impressed. But here we are. What's going on, big guy? Again, sorry. It's been a busy few days. Yeah, I've gotten into a cool friend group. We're all gonna sit together at lunch. Olivia's there too. She didn't say much, but I got her a soda. I don't know why she's so upset at me. Oh, it's nothing personal, Inco. It's not? She's... Whatever. She's resistant, especially when it comes to change. If you're at her lunch period too, I can see why she'd be wary of you. If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Iadican. Yes? Why is she so open with you? What do you mean? Just now, she spoke more in a conversation than all the other times I've seen her yesterday. saw the canteen, I figured it was something to do with her voice, but it's surprising. Her water bottle's the other way around. It's unfortunate. She just really rarely talks at all. And I guess she just really trusts me. I've known her since she was a freshman. She seems to gravitate towards art and how I taught it. And soon enough, I took her under my wing. But she lives with Damien, right? He's at the lunch table, and she still barely talks to him. Poor kid. Hope he's doing all right. He seems to be all right. But yeah, she's distant to everyone else. So much so, I keep hearing weird things about her. Iadican leans forward in his chair, suddenly attentive. Is that about you gossiping with Ben yesterday? A bit. He showed up to the table and said something about her being the same after she left. Probably some drama there, but I don't want to pry. He nods. But also, Liz told me some weird things too. He stops nodding. I know of her. Is something wrong? No. She just said that I shouldn't get invested in being her friend. Everyone's been real weird about it, so I was curious for myself. I guess that's why I was looking at her weird? Sorry. Iadican rubs his temples. Hi. It's worse than I thought. What is... I'll put it this way. You met 3 people that know Olivia other than me. Of the 3, only one thinks highly of her, and the other 2 start unloading drama on anyone willing to listen. In this case, you. No wonder you're confused. I hadn't thought of it like that. Nah, I don't blame you. You shouldn't be involved in anything stupid. High schoolers, you know? I guess. Iadican inhales, collecting his thoughts. Important question then. Do you really want to be Olivia's friend? I mean, I guess. A judging eyebrow is raised my way. Are you really? Or just curious about her? He seems pretty serious about this. Yes, then. Olivia returns to class and rolls right back to the desk. Back. Have you changed his desk yet? Iadican nudges his head towards me, expectantly prodding at me. I'm sorry I distracted you during class, Olivia. She looks at Iadican and gets a similar nod. Sure. I mean, you're welcome. I mean, thanks. Word. But, no, really, I don't want to be distracted. Come on now, Olivia. At least you could do is give him another chance. You never know. I don't really want to know. I guess he's, like, friends with Damien, but I don't really want to, you know, not in this class. But I'd like to be your friend. She stops and raises an eyebrow. A lot of those going around recently. Like she's expecting this response. She looks at Iadican for help. Actually, Olivia, I also think he'd make a good friend for you. What? His words were like a battering ram. I'm simply saying give Inco here a chance. I could almost see the imaginary bulwark she hid between slowly crumbling from what Iadican was saying. You're both quite similar at heart, though you may have different methods. Perhaps you'll find some compromise between cynicism and naivety if you work together. Finally, the last fragment of her imaginary fortress collapses. Olivia can only look at the art teacher with a timid, confused painted across her features. Well, I don't, are you for real, Mr. Iadican? I am. He's actually in another class of mine. I've seen him. He's passionate about his camera, like you are with the brush. And I do expect great things from him. Okay. Sorry, I really thought, oh. Oops. She actually bit her tongue. Her mouth is clamped shut. It's just my opinion. You can make your own choices, Olivia. She nods furiously. Oop. The movie's about to end. You two should get back to your seats. We good here? Olivia side-eyes me again and nods once more. All right. He motions for us to skedaddle. Olivia backs away to her spot. Thanks, Mr. Iadican. For what? I just gave an option. I'm serious. It's up for you two. It's up to the two of you if you want to be friends. Don't screw it up. He waves me off again and gets up and to flip off the lights. I get back to my seat and stare absent-mindedly at the projected screen as I digest Iadican's words. He said he only gave his opinion, but it seems like he also gave me an opportunity to take the right step in connecting with Olivia. And with what he said about her being passionate with a brush, it's gotten me even more curious about her artistic prowess. Speaking of whom, I noticed that she occasionally gives me a side eye. I don't think she can see my eyes due to the dim lighting combined with my shades. She stares at me with a sense of strange curiosity, almost as if she's trying to get a read of me from my face alone. But from what I can tell by her facial cues, she seems confused and almost shaken up. It's like she wants to say something but keeps on backing away at the last second. Guess her mind is also jostling around from what Iadican's words. The teacher flicked on the light switch and I feel my retina burn from the bright lamp lights, even with my sunglasses. Alright, normally in our first week, we'd be doing something simple like a color swatch wheel. However, I think you all could manage something a bit more advanced. The Gator Girl's head whipped around at the word advanced. Whatever Olivia was thinking before regarding me seems to be forgotten, as she's focused almost entirely on the teacher. Mr. Iadican holds up a stack of papers for us to see. First things first, I'd like for you all to fill out these topic sheets so that I know you understand how to safely handle oil-based paints. Last thing we need is another burnt-down classroom. The way Iadican says those words makes me imagine some pretty horrible outcomes. Once you're finished with your sheets, bring them to me so I can review them. I'll be giving you the permission sheet after I know you lot won't set yourselves on fire or poison yourselves. The allosaur guy in front of me hands back the sheet. I take a paper from it before handing the rest to the Diplo girl behind me. My eyes scan over the sheet. What grade of mask do snouts longer than 3 inches require? And the realization hits me. I didn't see the first half of the video. My eyes scan over the page and I groan when I see questions I've no answers for, all of them pertaining to dinosaur anatomy. The art teacher looks directly at me and then to the side. I try to decipher his meaning. Follow his eyes? Oh. I turn in my seat, leaning closer to Olivia. Hey, what? What now? What? What is it? Oh. Hold on, let me take that from the top. Hey, what? What now? What? What is it? I'm not gonna let you draw me. What the hell? Looking at her paper, I see that she's already answered the questions I couldn't. I show her my own page, tapping the upper section that was still blank. Olivia groans to look at Iadican pleadingly. All she gets from her trouble is a thumbs up. Fine. Here. She holds her sheet. Sure, she holds out her sheet for me. Wait, isn't this cheating? The art teacher wouldn't. When did he get to his desk? Why does he have a sleeping mask? If I look over the answers, I still learn the safety procedures. So what's the difference in the end? That must be what he's thinking. Either that or he doesn't care. I copy the words from Olivia's sheet, doing my best to do the least at least rephrase them. Some of my classmates are already walking up to Iadican's desk. He barely is reading the paper, not even taking the sleeping mask off. Thanks, Olivia. Whatever. Olivia finishes her paper in the few seconds and wheels herself to the desk too. The last answer I'm fairly confident on. Like what flashpoint means. I get up and go to Iadican's desk and set my safety assignment down. Good. Here's your permission slip to use hazardous paints. He didn't even bother to look over my worksheet. He lifts the eye mask from the side and looks at me with one eye. What? Most of that stuff doesn't apply to you, Inco. Just don't drink the paint or get it on your eyes and you'll be okay. Yes, Mr. Iadican. Attaboy. Now get back to your desk and wait for the class to end. Tomorrow I'll be starting you all on something simple, like painting a cube or ball. Yes, model dodgeball paintings. The IMS drops down and I return to my seat. The class's clock reads 5 minutes until lunch. Olivia's back is leering at me. I consider what I should do or say, some sort of icebreaker. Mr. Iadican said we're similar, and I can see some of what he means. But I'm a photographer and she's a painter. So a cubist and a datist walk into a bar. Have a good lunch now. The moment the bell rings, Olivia shoves most of her things onto her backpack, not caring if her notebook gets crushed. Once she zips up, she races out of the classroom. I guess she doesn't want to get caught in the chaos at the lunchroom stampede. You should follow her example, actually. I managed to avoid getting stuck in a frenzy by shuffling along the wall the long way around the lunchroom. It's a bit longer, but at least there's a less risk of getting used as an improvised meat club.
Well, use the forget-me-stick. Oh, right.
Hey, why don't I just go in through the courtyard? It's right next to the table. Damn it. Next time. Hey, is there a palm tree or something by the table now? Never seen with a trunk that green. I get around the last of the crowd and approach the table. Damien's here, chowing down on a sandwich stacked with various meats. And, like yesterday, Olivia's already at the table. Hey, Damien, you seen Liz? I thought she was joining us for lunch. Without a word, Damien points to the palm tree next to us. Oh crap, that's not a tree. I look up to see Liz's head in the rafters, prodding at vines on the ceiling. The ceiling was a lot lower in the computer lab, so I couldn't tell as easily, but that neck is long. Anyways. Hey Liz. Oh, Inco! Couldn't see you from up here till I heard you. I guess I'll go ahead and get my food from the vending machines again. Making my way to the vending machines, I do the same song and dance I did last time. Card swipe, a few buttons pressed later, and a couple cans of soda, 2 bags of chips, and a few candy bars. It's like when the teacher's asking if you brought enough candy for everyone, only now it's true. I head back to the table, bundle of food stuff in a makeshift pouch, and distribute them. Olivia gets her share, but she doesn't say anything. Aw, sweet! Aw, thank you, Inco, Damien, if you'd be so kind. You're already on it! Damien cracks open a can of soda just as Liz lowers her head next to him. She's wearing a novelty soda cap. Nice. Then he speed swaps the old can with her new one, almost like he's swapping wheels on a Formula One racer. Thank you. No problemo. Liz's head cranes back to the top of the ceiling to continue eating the foliage. So, Nico, how's your day been so far? It's been pretty decent, I'd say. I'm mostly looking forward to photography since Ben'll show me some good photo spots. Cool. Damien just nods as he continues to munch on a sandwich. I think he's zoned out about halfway through my sentence. And also Liz helped me submit my contest entry. Awesome. You can always rely on Liz to help you out. Flattery will get you nowhere, Damien. I'm just saying the honest truth. Liz entered the contest too, right? Everyone must be trying to win that cash prize. The money's okay. Liz comes back down again with a mouthful of leaves. Her hands hold up a tray with each segment filled with a different sauce. The real prize is having your submission featured on the sponsor's magazine cover and in a featured article. How's she still articulate? Do you have any idea how great that looks on a resume? Heck, I could probably get a sponsorship with that alone. Whoa, you really got all this planned out. What'd you submit? She takes a moment to swallow her salad and then shares a huge grin. I submitted my best digital art piece. Ooh. What is it? Here. The tray is set aside, so she brings out her phone to show Damien and me her entry. It looks like a village townhouse piece, very rustic and classy. It looks pretty good. Yo! That's so cool! That looks so realistic. Oh, thanks. It took me about a week to really blend some of the more fanciful elements into each other. It's based off my grandfather's house from the old country. This is amazing. You can't even tell that this whole thing is digital art at all. Damien grabs hold of Olivia's phone and turns towards Olivia. Hey, Olivia! She jumps up, having been suddenly made relevant to the conversation. She was just speculating. What? I'm not giving these chips back. They're mine. I was just going to show you Liz's entry. Olivia narrows her brow and leans over to see the image of Liz's phone. Then she looks up and gives him a quick nod before returning to eating her chips. Damien's smile flatters a little at her minimal response, though he's back to his usual grin as Olivia takes his phone. Wow, Liz, I didn't know you were so into digital painting. It looks great. Do you plan on being an artist after graduation? Oh, thanks. Well, no, I don't plan on being an artist per se. The plan is to be an antiques dealer, specifically with art. What does that mean? It means she buys some of the splattered canvases everyone else just uses for money laundering. No, it'll be the real deal stuff. There's a real market out there for it. So I'm taking the AP business classes and using the school's prodigious? Whatever. I'm using the art program. That's actually why I picked this place out. They're a real elite selection of graduates from here. Oh, so you're the school treasurer too, right? Man, sure am. I'm doing everything to make sure I'm ready for the real deal. That's what you should be doing in high school, by the way. You should be planning on doing the real thing. I do love painting, though. It's not just an ends to a means. Maybe that's why I want to get into trading, so I can get the right people the right art they need. That's very thoughtful. I should start thinking about my future more. I don't know what Olivia thinks about this, if it even interests her. Damien is just exaggeratedly nodding his head up and down, and I don't know if he's agreeing with Liz or headbanging into some tune playing in his head. I look to my side to see Olivia staring down the chip bag, looking pensive. I guess I'm not the only one is a bit worried about our long-term plans after school compared to Liz. But we've got the whole year still. What about you, Damien? I don't really have a big goal set. Only reason I'm going here is because it's the closest school to our home. Damien, you know I keep telling you about planning ahead. I know. But I like keeping my options open. So, what are you doing in school? I just picked out any class that seemed interesting to me. Though I gotta say, home ec classes is pretty fun. I had to make food in class, I needed too. From learning skills in a class like that, you'd be a perfect husband. Yeah! Wait, what? Huh? What? To get back to the point, the art contest, if you win and get that interview, it's an insane advantage, I'd say. Oh, by the by, Olivia, did you submit something for the art contest? Oh, she looks away, slightly deflated. No. Really? Oh, crap. I might have a chance then. Hey, Liz, that sounds a certain way. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Olivia rolls her eyes and merely goes back into munching on her chips. Mr. Iatican said you're really into painting, and I really liked the portrait of me you made. Whoa. She what? Her suspicious leer is now replaced by a murderous glare. Yep, lunch is the perfect time to eat my feet. I haven't actually seen any of her real work, only something she'd done out of boredom. Olivia's eyes close as she inhales deeply, the air of neutrality returning to her once she responds them. She looks me up and down again as though something will be different this time. Can't. What's that mean? Besides, even if I could, they're going to be looking for the best artist here, so you gotta show that to them with how good your art is. But I just don't want them to look at me and feel like they have to give me an award out of pity. Damien's face is frozen mid-bite. His sandwich is losing its entire integrity by the second as his eyes flick between Olivia and I. I could practically hear the blaring alarm in his head as his brain catches fire trying to connect the dots. I want to be judged for my heart and not. Olivia struggles to formulate the next few words and lets out a wearing sigh. It would feel undeserved. How? Yeah, how? Damien, shh. Has that happened before? Do people really do that? You weren't there for it? Some losers used to even tell me to take advantage of it. Why not? That was a bad move. Dude, seriously? Why? So I constantly get reminded of myself, so I can't separate myself from my work, so I can get complacent being worse, so I can eventually rely on it, so the playing field can be even... it's a lot at once. I'm not even sure I got all of that, but I definitely touched a nerve I shouldn't have. No, I'm sorry. Olivia brushes her arm down. Look, I don't want to get awards and praise I haven't earned. I'm seriously not that good. I really wouldn't win. She sighs and takes a long sip of cola. Can I see some of your work? No. Man, she really shouldn't put herself down like that. I get it. A lot of students here are crazy good at art. Some are probably better than I will ever be. And they're just starting. It's pretty scary to think about. I mean, like that landscape of the city near the principal's office? Landscape? Hold on, I took a shot of it. It's a bit tough getting my camera out with the books I needed for class in the way. I lay out the contents of my backpack, taking my treasured DSLR out last. After finding the shot in question in the menus, I just turned the display towards everyone so they could see the glamour shot. A freshman made this painting. Just from looking at it, I could see why it would win first place. I drew that. Oh. Her name's on it, isn't it? My brain is finally making the connections between the signature on the mural. That was you? It is that much of a shocker for you, to you? Quite a bit, yeah. It looks amazing. I mean, it's whatever. Had to have some dumb guide help me out. But it isn't like I was the one who did it all. So when you say you can't enter, it's because you already won once? Yeah, basically. She looks away from us, eating her chips in silence. I've heard the expression of being one's worst critic, but I've never expected Olivia to kick herself this hard. Swig break. I'm mentally kicking myself thrice over just for thinking that last part. What? Something's wrong, Liz? Did you bite her tongue on something? Why is she imitating one of those picture plans right now? Liz? What's with that look, Longneck? Just surprised to see you in better spirits is all. You're making it weird. Don't make it weird. Yeah, it's been ages, Olivia. To think a Randy like Inky... Oh, thanks. Hey! To think a Randy like Inky here got you to open up like this in just 2 days. He gestures to me. What'd you do, man? The girl in question freezes. Damien's thoughtless comment have thrust her into self-awareness. And she just leaves. Olivia, wait! She's gone. Well, she did give a warning. Yeah, I was just excited to see she was making good progress. The rest of lunch we spent trying to talk about Liz's art process. Damien looked like he wanted to try to bring Olivia back to the conversation, but no one had any idea where she had gone. Still, a part of me thinks she wants to talk, so why doesn't she? Sadly, a question for another time, as Olivia departs, seems to signal the end of lunch. At least Liz and Damien wave goodbye. And that's where we'll end for today. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, man. What an intense day. Well, we learned a lot. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more and me continue the whole series of Wani, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for the recent support. It's been great. And once again, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.